Hello everyone, it's been a little minute, it's been a little while. Today we're gonna do something a bit different than I usually do because I like to change it up. I like to keep things fresh and nice. I am gonna be fixing some broken Toy Story figures. I bought in some multiple broken figures, as you can see with this Buzz Lightyear. But this Buzz is not the reason we're here today because I don't have a new arm for this one. I don't want to give this one a new arm. We're actually going to keep him this way because I don't mind. I think it looks pretty fun. It gives him some more personality or something. Everything is fine with that thing other than that. The reason we're here today, as you may have seen from the title, it's Zurg. And yeah, we're also going to fix this Jessie later. I actually thought I was gonna make her video before this, so the intro of that video may be a bit weird, but other than that, boah. But that's another different video. Today, Zurg is here. We actually have a working voice box. No! Everything is totally fine and working on this Zurg, except for his arm. That's definitely broken. We're gonna see if this is fixable, and we're gonna check on how we can do that. I've already looked at it a bit, and we don't really need it to move anymore, but it would be a nice little thing if it would still move. The shaft, I'm gonna call it the shaft of the gun, is actually a bit annoying with fixing this. I can't even hold it with one arm. I'm gonna try to fix it in a way that we can't do this anymore because that's not necessary. We're gonna just fix it like this, but I want to make it able to do still this movement, like sideways and such. And for that, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to open this arm piece somehow. Either we gotta get this small piece of plastic out before the screw. Gonna try to see if that's possible. If that's not possible, we gotta like destroy this small part because it's on the back anyway. And we're gonna take this apart. And then what I was thinking is we could like put a big screw with a flat head on the end in here and make it go through this part. I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna do that just yet, but that's what we're gonna figure out today in this video. So yeah, I'm gonna put my phone in here. One problem with these figures is they are pretty big compared to fixing DS consoles. So I'm gonna have to improvise a bit with this. Please try to work along with me, guys. So we're gonna move this around. Now we have a clear view and we can easily reach this part, and what I'm gonna try to do at first is see if a needle actually does the trick. Probably not, it's probably glued in there, but you never know. Ouch, yeah, that's definitely not gonna work at all. We gotta use bigger heavy equipment. Let's use scissors then next. Do I actually have nice scissors for this project? I don't know. Let's try it with this. They're bent anyway, so it doesn't really matter anymore. Alright, it seems like I'm only destroying it. There's really no movement to get in there. So, I actually had a small, like a very small drilling machine, but I think I lost that one. I made it out of some old motor or something. I may actually be able to still find that thing, but I'm not sure if it was still alive. I know it was made out of one of these, so if we don't have it, we can try to build a new one. Yo, I think I actually found it. I'm not sure if it's the same one, but this is definitely something that looks a lot like what I was trying to find. Either this one or this one. We're gonna try both. This one is smaller, but in this case I think I need a bigger one like this to do the trick. I'm gonna grab a battery with wires. I can find one because I recently used one. This actually is a life hack. It works. This actually is a life hack, guys. If you wanna drill very small holes with something, just get an old what the fuck are these called? A little motor. And just put a battery against it. It will start to turn, and because it's metal, it will actually go right through what you want to break. Let's see if this is working. Would you look at that? That actually worked perfectly. Look at that. You can't see? Well, I got a solution for that. There, we made a very small hole. Let's see if we can flip that out with a screwdriver. Yes, we can. Wow. Alright, so you could do it this way. In this case, you have only a very, very small amount of damage, like what I just showed you. That's how it's gonna look when we put it back together. Or you could just like go full through it. There's probably a better way to do this, but this is my way and it works totally fine. And since it's on the back with this figure, I really don't care that much. Alright, next step, we gotta take this arm apart and hope it just falls right off. That will make our life very, very easy. I hope it isn't glued anywhere, because that would make the job a bit harder. Seems like it... Oh, there we go. I was just about to say, it seems like they glued it themselves. The other people that tried to fix it. And yes, they did, but apparently not enough. Come on, get off. There we are. Okay, we gotta remember this is the front, so I'm gonna give it a very small black dot on the inside. And this part as well. There we go. Now we know which part goes where and we can't be mistaken. So let's get Zurg out of the way and get his arm into frame. As you can see, this is the arm. This is the part that's broken and that was supposed to be on here. I may actually be able to put a very small screw on the other end and put it back together, but my concern with that is that this is very thin plastic because it was supposed to be bigger. Let's see what we actually have to our accessibility. Could use this one. It's definitely gonna be too long, but that's fine if it doesn't move on that part anymore. I think this one is very much a considerable option. Thank you, grammar. Could use that one. I also got multiple ones of these. These are also able to take into consideration. Oh, I think this may actually be our best option so far. It's long and flat at the top. If you want a strong option, we could also use this one. Okay, I'm gonna put the other stuff back in. We're not gonna use these. Okay, anyhow. So these are our options. There are a few screws and I'm actually just gonna... It's gonna be very simple in trying to see which one is the best. The first one we're gonna try is a very sharp one with a pointy point, because those are easy to get in. And let's see what we've got. This is what we have. It's probably not gonna focus. Okay, now it is. So we're gonna take off some ones that... These three are basically the same, so, and this one seems smaller. We're gonna put that one away. This one is smaller and this one would be a better option, so I'm gonna take that one away as well. This is probably the best option, so I'm gonna keep that one apart, but we do need to screw it with another one first because this one is thicker and has no point. So we're gonna try it with basically these two screws. These are the same. If one breaks, you could try to use this one. So we're gonna put it in the bag again. We can put this one away as well. We're not going to use this one. That's an honorable option if everything goes to shit. Let's see. This has to be on here. I'm actually going to clean it up a little bit before doing anything, because it's very dirty because of the old glue the other people used to try and get it in place. I'm gonna do this fairly roughly because you can't see this part anyway since it's inside the arm. Alright, here we go. There are 3 ways we can make this hole. Either one, with this very sharp scissors, we can make a very small hole by turning it, then putting the screw in and screwing it further so it makes a bigger hole. Second off, we could use a burning hot needle by just heating it up with jeez, I can't talk today, with a lighter. And the third option is by drilling it in. And I'm actually gonna take my drill out anyway, because we need to use that later. We may actually do both techniques, the first and second technique, because I believe the first technique is easier on this part, and the second technique may be easier on the second part. And that should be totally fine. Yes, our screw is definitely gonna fit through there. Now we need to create a very small hole in this part. I'm gonna turn it a bit. And I'm actually gonna use this heating option we had on this part, because I think that's gonna be easier. You could also just get a like an automatic electric screwdriver and try to jam it through, but the chances of fucking up are bigger when you're doing that, obviously. So yeah, each to their own method. I'm just gonna do it like this because I believe this is the best, easiest, calmest method there is. But I'd like to be proven wrong. Of course, it can always be better. Now we've come down to the part where you have to screw this screw in place and see if it fits. So I'm actually gonna screw it through here at first. There we go. Now let's see if we can get it on here. Just like so. And now try to screw it through the rest of it. It's maybe a tricky part, especially because you gotta keep it right and steady. But it should be possible. Maybe we can straight it by just turning this around. I think that actually worked. I'm not even lying. Okay. This may actually do the trick. If you just want to display this thing, this will probably just do the trick. I'm just gonna keep it like this. And if it eventually breaks off again, I'm gonna use this bigger screw in it. It's gonna be as easy as that, but I think we actually managed to do it now. Now, the last part of this process is probably gonna be a bit difficult, because as you can see, it doesn't fit anymore now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cut away a very small, we're gonna cut away a piece of the back here on the inside. So let's mark those spots down. There and there. You have to cut away from here to here, and the same goes with this part. There. Okay, so I've marked them down, and now we could either do this with a knife or with our drill, and I'm gonna use the drill because this is the most reliable way for me. So let's go. 3, 2, 1. That's our first part almost done, I believe. Let's see if it fits. I think it does. We just gotta clean some parts away that we just drilled off. There you go, that fits perfectly fine, as you can see. Can we turn it? Yes, you can, but I wouldn't recommend doing it too much because the screw could get loose. That's why we're also gonna put some glue in between here in a bit. At least I'm gonna do that, just so it's stuck in place just a bit better. Let's see, I still have some new glue left. That's great because the one was done for. Now we can put some glue in between here. Gonna move it a little bit just to get it in there. So that should be about enough. Now just turn it around a bit so it has enough space to get in the edges right here. And screw it back in place. There we go. Now as you can see, my screw is not fully straight in there. But I think it will... Oh, that hurt. I think it will still do the job. As long as you sand or drill away this part. And the second part, let's do it. Also, when you're doing this, be sure to not cut this part off, otherwise you can't put it back together, because that's where the screw is supposed to go in. And you don't need to remove it, so I can't see why you would do it. If you're a child watching this, by the way, ask a parent to do these parts, or maybe the whole process, because it definitely requires a lot of things that can hurt you, as you can see. Now I'm a kind of an adult. I'm technically an adult, so I can do this without any problems. You can also do it, but be warned. There we go. Drilled just a bit more away. And I think that looks totally fine. Let's see if it fits. Yes, and the other way around, because that's how this part is gonna go on anyway, so totally fine. It doesn't hit the part at all. So this is actually perfect. We're gonna leave it to dry a little bit longer. I'm just gonna remove some more of that other glue the other people put in here. That looks way cleaner than before. There's not any glue on the outer sides. So I think it's time to start putting this thing back together. I hope I will be able to get this on camera because it's a very big figure, but I believe we will probably be able to. Did we not lose that other small part? I hope not. Alright, I put it there. Okay. Well, Mr. Zurg, let's get you back over here and put this back together. This part's gonna go on first. Right, yes, this is the black spot, and that's right there. So that's the first part. Now we actually gotta turn Zurg around. Can you see it on camera? Yes, you can. Okay. Now make sure this is pointing upwards. Right, so.
Now, my son, join me, or prepare to meet your doom.
I guess I'll meet my doom, Mr. Zurg. Guys, I think I put Zurg's screw with the other screws. This is why you gotta do screw management. Whoops. I'm just gonna take this screw and guess that's the right one. I believe so. Yes, I'm pretty sure it is. Otherwise it won't fit. We'll know very soon. Always remember to keep your screws safe and don't lose them while doing these things. Whoops. There we go. It's on. Holy shit. Zurg has an arm again. That looks way better. Not gonna lie. The last thing we gotta do is put that very small purple thing back on. And I'm just gonna use a very small amount of glue to do that. Just like how it was placed in place beforehand. Yes, that's a sentence now. He basically has a very small scar now because he got an operation. There we go, it's back in. As you can see, or you basically can't, give me a second. As you can see here, he has a very small scar, but that's gonna be on the back. Like this. Anyway. So yeah, Zurg's arm is actually fixed now. So yeah, Zurg's arm is back on. I can barely show you the articulation because I can't put my phone down. Like so. Here you go. There you see it actually still rotates all the way around. I'm not gonna do that though because it's not necessary. He has a very hard amount of pressure on his arm though, but that's supposed to be like that for some reason. Because of this pipe of his blaster. Maybe if you turn it around a bit like this, that's a bit better. You can see the amount of pressure on his arm has gotten less. And yeah, that's about it. There's Zurg.
Come to me, my prey. I shall destroy you with my ion blaster. So, we meet again, Buzz Lightyear, for the last time.
No time to explain. Attack!
You and Star Command will bow before me.
The slingshot maneuver is all we've got. Full speed ahead.
Come to me, my prey. I shall destroy you with my ion blaster.
Laser at full power.
I'll never give in. You killed my father.
No, Buzz. I am your father.
I have no clue if that last part looked like anything interesting, but anyway, this Zurg is totally fixed now. He looks really cool with his second arm actually attached, I'm not gonna lie. He cost me about 20 euros, maybe 25. So it's a pretty alright deal for a broken one, which was overall easy to fix, I believe. For me it was at least. So, thanks so much for watching this video. If you like this content, I'm actually gonna do more like this with this Jessie. Yes, you are. And I'm gonna get a Woody as well, which is even more broken than this Jessie. Is that even possible? Apparently it is, but he does still have his head, and this Jessie does not, sadly. I may actually get a new head from a friend though, who is gonna get a Jessie alongside with a Woody, but he didn't want to keep the Jessie. So he may give me the head of that Jessie, and that is actually a signature collection Jessie head, so that would look very nice on this one. Anyway, enough rambling. Zurg is totally fixed up. Everything works on him again, and I'll see you in the next video.